Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum and I'm here today at RIA taking a look at a Smith & Wesson straight line target model pistol. This is the fourth iteration of Smith & Wesson's 22 caliber single shot target pistol line. And it's also the total outlier and by far the least popular of all of them, as well as the last of them. So Smith & Wesson had started all the way back in 1891 with a pseudo revolver, but only with a barrel and no cylinder, just as a single shot target pistol in 22 caliber. And these proved popular, and they made three different iterations of them up until 1923. By 1923, they were calling it the Smith & Wesson Perfected Target, I believe, and they in particular even had an Olympic model of the pistol. What's kind of cool, the Olympic model was basically short chambered, so that you had to kind of force the bullet into the chamber and you would actually engrave the rifling onto the very beginning of onto the front of the bullet. This eliminated any free travel of the bullet and made the gun slightly more accurate. That kind of increase is the sort of thing that can only really be exploited by seriously good, like Olympic level target shooters, but for those people, it was a popular option, and Smith & Wesson they were one of the main leaders in this sort of pistol. If you wanted a good pistol, you go get one of the Smith & Wesson 22s. However, in 1921, 1922, Colt released its own new version of this sort of concept, the Camp Perry single shot, which, by the way, I have a video on, and it was pretty popular. Like, they sold a lot of them, and it kind of worried Smith & Wesson. And they looked at this situation and they said, all right, we've been doing the same thing for a long time. It's popular, it's well respected, but Colt maybe is going to take our place. They're catching up. So let's do something like fundamentally different. Let's leapfrog ahead and do something that's just, a lot better. And that is where the straight line target came in. So let's take a closer look at this and the fancy case that it came in. This is how the straight line target shipped in this sheet metal box with the little spring clip latch here at the front. There we go. So we can push in on the button, open this up. We have nice green felt top and bottom, and a couple of tools. We have a little screwdriver, and we have a cleaning jag addition to a cleaning rod. So pull the pistol out here. It's beautifully blued. It is a single shot 22 long rifle, has a 10-inch barrel, and it's a fairly chunky gun. There's a lot of material in the grip, and it brings this up to 34 ounces, which just a little over 2 pounds. This is like a full pound heavier than the previous pattern. We have a Smith & Wesson logo on the left side on the back, Smith & Wesson on the barrel. A more complete Smith & Wesson manufacturing mark and patent date there on top of the barrel. Actually, a lot of markings on this thing. The caliber, 22 long rifle cartridge, and made in USA. The traditional hammer is gone, and instead there is a striker here with a pair of little knurled pads, and so you first cock it manually like so. There is a half cock notch on it. Then to open the gun, you have a latch here. Pull this back and pivot it out to the side. Note that we have an extractor on the bottom half of the cartridge, and as you pivot this open, that's going to pull your empty case out, and then it snaps back into position when the barrel's fully open. You then manually load a new cartridge in there, lock the barrel back in place, and then you can fire. So if you just want to open the gun without actually fully cocking it, you can click that back to its half cock notch. And then open it up. Have a windage adjustable notch sight there, nice and square. It's a nice, crisp, good sight picture, coupled with a nice, crisp, square front sight blade. To me, the grip on this is actually quite nice. Of course, my formative years of target pistol shooting were done with a Smith & Wesson Model 41, which has a similar style of grip to it. So that may just be habit and early development of preferences for me. When Smith & Wesson released these in 1925, there was a big marketing campaign with them, promoting the idea that the radically new grip design modeled more on an automatic pistol, actually modeled fairly closely on Smith & Wesson's automatic pistol from that period. This would be a more natural target shooting grip. The old revolver grips, people had gotten used to them, but they were originally designed for, kind of different purposes. And for, formal precision target shooting, this would be better and your scores will improve. And so a bunch of people bought them initially to try this out. And it turns out for most people, it really didn't make any difference. The lock work was found to be not quite as, the trigger, not quite as good as the original, the older Olympic model revolvers. Smith & Wesson had spent decades perfecting that lock work. And then they switched it up to something totally different. Not totally surprising that it wasn't quite as perfected as the revolver style. It's not to say that this is a bad target pistol. These are quite good target pistols. They're well made, they are very accurate. They're just not more accurate than the previous version, and frankly, people have prejudices and habits, and people liked their revolver-based target model, single-shot pistols, and they weren't convinced by this newfangled thing that also weighed a lot more, and so most people just kind of went back to their old Smith & Wessons if they had them, or maybe considered buying those Colt Camp Perrys if not, because by gum, we like it the old way. So this turned into pretty much a complete flop for Smith & Wesson. They made a total of 1,870 of them. It took until 1936 to sell out of all of those. They pulled them from Smith & Wesson's catalog before too long, and didn't end up reintroducing a new pistol afterwards. So an unfortunate end to what had been a really good legacy of target model 22 revolver conversions, sort of revolver adaptations. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That certainly is a beautiful pistol complete with its original case and tools. So yeah, thanks for watching.